guys, welcome back to our podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Today we'll be discussing about growing together.
Let's discuss and dig deep into this topic because I feel like it's very important to grow together. Because sometimes I feel like when only one person is growing in a relationship as a couple or anything like that, you growing and the other person is not growing, it builds this resentment.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, because for example, you growing physically, financially, and then you start seeing your partner as like, you're no longer my type.
Yeah, that I agree with you, especially when it's both sides, either men or ladies.
Yeah.
So when you want to grow together as a couple, as I always say, that we need to build each other.
Yeah.
And in terms
not
of
just like you just doing your own thing.
Yeah, you do your own thing and I'm doing
as a
my
couple,
own thing. Yeah.
we literally have like our plan as if like we're gonna grow together. But individually I have my purpose. I believe you have your own purpose.
Definitely.
So we are here to make each other's life easy.
You having your purpose or I having my purpose does not stop us from having a plan together, right?
Definitely.
You have your own purpose, obviously. You have things that you want to achieve. You have places that you want to go. I have the same thing as well, but yet we have a plan in as one that will help us grow together.
Yeah, because these things happens a lot in couples. I literally saw a guy on TikTok. He was saying that he got his girlfriend, now wife, pregnant, and it was like immediately he trapped her, and it was like, now leave your job and stuff like that. 10 years later, she lost her purpose. She cannot tell who she is. She doesn't know what she wanna do. And I feel like when a man does that to you or tells you to quit your job or something you love, he hates you.
Okay,
it's jealousy. It comes from a place of jealousy because if you love a person, I feel like you want to see them do better, to grow and become the best version of themselves.
But it should also be on the other way around. Let's say I tell you to quit your job, right? Then that means I should step in and not to bring you down. I should step in.
No, but like, why are you telling your girlfriend to quit their job? If you wanted them to quit their job, or if you don't like women that work, why don't you just find somebody?
Or in that sense,
why don't you just find somebody who's not working? Right?
Yeah, I understand that. But it gets sometimes in a point whereby a man or you by yourself as a lady, you got a job somewhere else and it needs you to relocate with your partner. Anyways, I agree with you when it comes to supporting your lady, because as a couple you need to support each other. The same applies to the lady, you need to support his man, and the same applies to the man, need to support his lady.
And not just
try to stop them. And
because you have to celebrate each other's success.
Obviously,
it's very important because if one wins,
it's a win for all.
Yes, it's a win for all, not just for one. And I never understood that mentality of like just stay at home and become a housewife. What if I have my own purpose? Why you need to just find somebody who has that? You get what I'm saying?
But it's weird. It's funny. It's funny. As for me, I will not want you to stay at home, to be a stay-home wife. You have your own plans. You have things that you need to. By the way, if you are financially stable, I'm financially stable as well. Do you understand in that sense? So as a couple, always needs to, communicate and do planning together, support each other,
and make sure we stay consistent. Because that is very important. Without being consistent and not knowing which direction you're going to, everything you just working to just survive. You're not gonna do anything.
That's what we do. We don't want, by the way, because you just working to survive. You want to spend years seeing yourself standing in the same circles in which we don't want. We want to grow together. We want to build an empire or a kingdom of us living good things.
Because
you understand?
Another thing also, I always think like, if you're gonna tell me to stay at home and become a housewife and then start abusing me emotionally, physically, you putting my life on a hold.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say, for example, I loved you, I didn't see all of those red flags. You put my life on a hold. What if something happens to this kind of man? Something happens to them. Now the wife is left with the children. So you literally the enemy. You made sure your wife cannot work. So now something happens to you. They can't even survive on their own. Your wife and your child, they're now outside and they can't feed for themselves, all because of your stupid ego.
But
you get it?
Yeah, it's silly for men who does that. You understand? It's silly
I
because
really
you will not want your wife to stay home or tell your wife, no, you must not work. I must work. I'm the man of the house.
That's like sleeping with your enemy. Because how can we be in the same house but you hate me? You want to see me fall.
No,
you want to see me not succeed. Why? What about me even made you approach me to begin with? You saw me flying. You saw me flying, living my life. You come to me and tell me to be a stay-at-home mom.
No.
That's like trying to make me a slave.
But I believe those things needs to be discussed before even. Everything needs to be disclosed. I like this.
Guys be changing, man. They'll come into your life with all these promises and stuff, and then they change.
But you should always be able to pick up. You'll be able to pick up this and that, and you should be able to notify. Okay, this not it. I should go the other way around. So communication is the key in order for you to plan everything. You understand?
Support each other all the time. Know what your partner wanna do.
Yes, especially that.
And make sure they win, because the win is not just one-sided. It's for the both of you. So that's for today. That's our short podcast for today. So if you like this podcast, please do make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Thank you, guys.